back, everybody. This is Charity Murphy, and I have my guest, Barbara, my business partner and friend. So thank you so much for joining us again. We had some technical difficulties. I hate when there's feedback on the internet.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so we're back. And we are sharing with you all the secrets to getting rich quick. And I absolutely love this topic because we hear this a lot in network marketing. And I was just sharing on our last interrupted broadcast that I've been in network marketing for going on 9 years. And I remember I first got this little link to watch a little bit about this network marketing thing. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. You know, all those weirdos trying to get me to sign up and buy their products, it's all scammy and I don't want any part of it. So I signed up because my husband and I at the time were extremely broke. And there were times in the month when I was going to return things at Walmart just so I can afford food for our daughter and milk to feed her. And it was really scary. I remember I'd go and pay for groceries, and I was so scared that my debit card would be declined. And so I remember having my daughter and feeling like I got to do something. I cannot put her in daycare full time. There's no chance I will do that to her. I never thought I'd be a stay-at-home mom, but here I am. My daughter is 10 years old, and I have been a full-time stay-at-home mom for 9 years now. Actually 10 years, because I quit my hours at my hair salon by 75%. And I was really scared that my daughter was going to grow up living in daycare, and I did not want that for her. I wanted more for her. I wanted her to have a mom that was happy, healthy, and a role model that I knew that she deserved. So I remember signing up for this little network marketing thing, and I was scared. I did not think that I would ever be successful being a network marketer, but here I am 9 years later, proof that it can work. I went and built myself an almost 7-figure income just by using the power of social media and a community with like-minded people like you, Barbara. And I'm so blessed that we have joined forces. We are both a part of the same network marketing company. And I love, love, love that we are able to grow our business together as success sisters living across the country. I'm in Los Angeles. You are all the way over there in the snow and the cold and
yeah, Rhode Island right now. So, but hopefully, you know, and like I said on our last broadcast, hopefully with what we do, I can go wherever. And my plan is within the next couple of months to be someplace that is warm year round. So that will happen because with what we do, we can work anywhere. So I'm really excited to talk about this today because, you know, a lot of people are getting on here and they're thinking, what are they going to say about get rich quick, you know? And because that's what everybody promises you when you get into network marketing, right? There's all this hype. And there's all this emotionalism of if you get in now, you can get really wealthy fast. And, you know, and people get all excited and then they might even make a little bit of money at first, but then they hit a wall, you know, because then they realize it's not a get rich quick. What it is it's an actual profession that requires a skill that you have to learn just like any other profession, right? And I always knew that because I am an educator, you know, and I always looked at things as a process. And, but a lot of people, when they get people into network marketing, they'll say to them, oh yeah, it'll be really easy, you know, and you'll make a lot of money. You won't have to do that much, right? And I've always been completely honest with people in saying that, yes, you can build this business with structured time each day and little pockets of time that you have. You don't have to put in a lot of time if it's focused time that you're spending doing the right things, but they have to be actions that you execute based on what you learn. And a lot of people don't want to do what's really necessary to execute, right? And that's where I was talking about this on my page the other day. That's where the whole education process really comes into play, and what is missing in most network marketing companies is that education piece and having a full development program, much like you would have a college for any other profession, right? So that's why when I was introduced to the business school that we're in right now, I just thought, and it's an online business school, and I thought it was amazing because it has increased the retention rate overall in our team. And it has also, and in network marketing, the retention is usually very low because people get in, they realize that it's more than what the person who got them into it think that it is, or says that it is. And then they quit because they realize, okay, well, this is actually like work. Because that's the thing. Network marketing is the greatest vehicle for wealth creation out there. It brings in $200 billion a year.
Yes.
And it pays out over $200 million a day in commissions to people. And it's been around for 140 years. Mary Kay, Avon, all of those companies are network marketing companies. And people laugh at it just because of the way it's presented. And they think that they're going to have to be salesy. They think that they're going to have to harass their friends and all of that. And the thing is, a lot of people aren't ready. They would like to make the money that comes with doing this, but they don't know how to do it and how to approach and attract the type of people into their business that would really benefit from it and be able to run with it. And that's what we're learning in the business school, is how to attract those people and also how to get rich quick on the inside. So that's what I really wanted to talk today about, and is that whole concept of sight versus vision that we're learning about, and the difference between the two of them, but why you need both. Both are necessary if you're going to get into this. But you can develop vision, and a lot of people who originally, they have the sight, right? They see that there's opportunity, but they're impatient and they get frustrated. And the vision is what they lack. And that's where the development program comes into play, and what most companies and businesses do not have. They don't have a development program to make people wealthy on the inside first before they see it in their bank account.
Right. And that is one of the things that I absolutely love, is the idea of joining forces with other people who are like-minded. And that's the beauty of building a business this way. Is when I first started my very first business, which, if you remember, I was a hairdresser and I owned a hair salon for over 10 years and was in the industry for 20. And the only way to earn a paycheck was to go to the salon and stand behind a chair, which I absolutely loved. And I have to say I'm very good at. But when you have a goal of wanting to have more time freedom, this was a powerful lesson for me, because I suddenly had this daughter. I wanted to be home with her, but I couldn't be in two places at once, even though I absolutely loved my hair salon and my hair business. Absolutely loved it in so many ways. But having the time freedom to be able to work from a little thing called an iPhone. I do love my iPhone. I know you do too. I know there are lots of Android lovers, and that's awesome too. The point is you can create this amazing network using the power of social media and community by plugging yourself into a system. And that is the difference between a traditional business and a network marketing business. I've owned both. I've been very successful in both, but there is no way that I could charge 25,000 for a haircut. And the point being is not that I'm greedy and wanting to charge that much for a haircut, but there was no way for me to grow the kind of income that I was deeply desiring for my daughter and I, because shortly after starting my network marketing business, I became a single mom and I was home full time with my daughter. And the ability to plug in with a community and a system and grow myself from the inside out was something that I was desperately looking for in my life. Because when I started my business, I was not this confident woman that you see talking to you right now on your Facebook newsfeed. I was not this person. I was depressed. I was not confident. Even though I had a very successful business, I was not who I am now. I grew myself into who I am by committing to personal development, growing myself from the inside out. That is how you create wealth. So many of us are stuck in a rut, and you see me posting my motivational quote every single day. I know you do the same, Barbara. Mm-hmm. And so many of the men and women that follow us are like, gosh, how do you start to reach your goals? And it's all about what's up here, your mindset. That is how you reach your goals. Wealth is created from the inside out. Truly, that is how you get rich quick. You have to feed your mind.
Yes.
Because what do they say? Success is 80% of what is in your mind and 20% of what you do.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that is the biggest thing, is that action is what is necessary in this business and any other business, obviously. And doing things that are uncomfortable and things that you've never done before. And I always like to tell people when they first come into this that maybe they've been a professional for a long time, and after the first month, they'll start to get frustrated that maybe they have gotten a couple people on board with them, but it's just not going as fast as they want. And I'll say, well, how long did you study to be a nurse before you felt like you could actually go into the OR? I mean, was it a month that you learned, that you went through your schooling and your education for that? And it puts things into perspective for them, because I think the way that it's presented is that you don't have to do anything. All you do is sign up and money's magically going to appear. And in actuality, there are a lot of people who move very fast in this, but because they already have the mindset. But what is great is that with what we're doing, we're helping people create that mindset, and we're doing it through the 5 pillars that we're going to talk about. So this business school that you and I attend, it's based on 5 pillars or 5 strengths, which are mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial. So we get educated on all of those 3 to 4 nights a week live in a private Facebook group.
Yes.
And the amount of growth that people do, this is why our retention rate is the way it is. It's so great. And it's, you know, it's just because people don't want to quit, because they're feeling themselves become educated on not only business and industry statistics with what we do, but also with how they feel, how they can overcome each fear with action and feel good about it. You know, it's such a supportive environment with everyone going through the same thing. And that is the quickest way to get rich, is getting rich on the inside of you first. And I can say, just after a couple months of being involved in that, I feel myself getting so much stronger spiritually. And also because prior to getting involved in that, I was in a little bit of a, I was in a crazy point in my life. Things were kind of unsettled, and I saw my business not doing as well as it had previously. And I just thought I have to work harder and work harder. And it really was the fact that the duplication wasn't happening in my team. And the reason the duplication doesn't happen is because not everyone is coming into it with the same amount of background and education that you are, maybe, right? And even though we teach and train and give them the system,
Yes.
What is it that prevents them from actually doing it? It's that internal dialogue they're saying to themselves. And that is what this business school addresses, the internal dialogue and whatever is preventing you from taking action. And that's what's been missing in network marketing.
Yes, 100% agree. And as you were just talking, I know that there are a lot of people that might be watching and they hate their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They hate their paycheck. They hate where they work. They hate the people that they work with, and they hate everything about it. Yet they're unwilling to sign up to try something different in a quote unquote non-traditional business and put themselves out there. They are unwilling and stuck. And so that is kind of a sad reality for the society that we live in today. Too many people are settling for so much less than they want in their lives. And you know, you can't, like you were saying, you can't get your degree in nursing or like Barbara, she is a PhD, you guys, she's a doctor. And I don't think that just happened by like signing up for a course and just saying, I'm going to go and get my PhD. It took a lot of freaking work, right? How many years were you in school?
I was in school, you know, it's funny. I was in school a decade.
10 years, you guys. It took her 10 years to become a doctor.
And it was, well, I mean, between my undergrad and I have a master's degree, and then I have my PhD. So between that, it's 10 years, but I took off I had a little bit of a hiatus in there for a year and a half because, well, that's a whole nother topic. But, but basically, it's a test in perseverance, and which has gotten me to where I am today. But, you know, in my doctoral program, I had to stop for a year and a half, and then I picked it back up and I finished. But it was, everything was stocked against me at every step of the way, and it came down to how badly I wanted it. And I had to be willing to look at something differently. I had to be willing to change. I had to be willing to persevere and just keep my eyes on the vision that I originally had. And that's what I brought into network marketing when I joined in 2013, that same sense of, well, I'm just going to do this and see how it goes and see if I can be successful at it. And then it was more like, okay, I'm going to be successful at it. How am I going to do it? Right. And a lot of times people will try once or twice and then they'll quit. Right. They hit that frustration wall. And then right before they're about to take off and have traction. And then, you know, they don't even see all that they've built up so far. They don't even reap, you know, what they've sown because they've stopped. They've quit too soon. And I just never wanted that to be me, because I know from past experiences that if I stick it out and if I just make changes and try and find the right formula for me, that I will eventually get there. So that's the mindset that you have to have. And that's what is involved in vision. Vision, like we learned about the other night, it involves patience. It involves perseverance, strength, confidence, you know, a sense of like narrow-mindedness in that you are committed to that goal. And that's what you see and that's what you keep your eyes on. So you do need to have sight in order to see opportunity. And anybody on here right now, they probably have either joined a company prior, or maybe they've thought about doing it, or they see what's possible, but they never could get to the point of what their original vision was because they didn't have the tools, the internal tools. And they're all like, yeah, we're going to get rich, right? And that's what sight says. Sight says that. But vision says, yes, we're going to get rich, but there's going to be failure and bumps along the way. And you have to expect that, right? And that's what we learn in the business school is how to stay on track, how to build ourselves up inside, and how to do the system of duplication and get other people educated the same way. So, it's just been amazing so far. So I can't really say enough about it.
Yes. Well, and one of the things that I think is really important is to have that vision in your mind at all times. And
Yes.
while I have been in network marketing for almost 9 years now, I've been not just to pat myself on the back, but my numbers actually show I've been extremely successful and way more successful than the average person. And I'm not just trying to gloat or whatever or brag. This is my reality. I didn't start out having this vision for myself. I did not start out thinking that I could do it, but my vision changed as my network got bigger and my net worth got bigger. I was able to see this vision open up, and that started with the first thing, which is mental and feeding myself with positivity. I remember in the early days of my network marketing career, my coach told me, hey, you need to read a personal development book. And I was like, okay, all right, well, they say it's going to work, so I'm just going to do it. And I started reading, and I have not stopped. I listen to personal development books. I read personal development books. I'm constantly trying to feed my mind with positivity because there is so much negativity out there. And it is so important to lock arms with other successful people, other people that share your vision. Because if you are surrounding yourself with people that are telling you, hey, guess what? That network marketing thing doesn't work out for anybody. I'm not going to be successful, so neither are you. No.
Right.
Just because they can't doesn't mean you can't. We did it, and we can show you how to do it too.
Yes, yes. And along with that, I don't want people just to think, you're going to read a nice book about, confidence and motivation and you're going to get it.
No.
You're also going to have to read about your industry and learn about your company, learn about the compensation structure, learn as much as you can about the entire system. Join with other people who have done this and who have been successful and ask them what they're doing. Get on your company's weekly calls or, your team calls. Go to every conference. This is the same as if you were getting a degree. You have to attend class. You have to learn, and then you have to complete the assignments. It's the same thing. And your willingness to do it and how quickly you do it, and and go outside of your comfort zone, that is the faster you will build. And that is just the way that it works, right? And so I think, not only with mental strength, but also cognitive abilities are extremely important and a big part of that. And the emotional strength that comes with failing and, hitting that second phase. We always like to say there are 3 phases to the network marketer, right? There's that excitement phase, frustration, and then traction. Yes. So the frustration stage happens right around 60 to 90 days, sometimes sooner. But then something really great happens in that people learn, okay, I got to figure this out. What have I been doing wrong? I have to think of it a different way. And then they see traction once they figure it out, right? And so that goes along with that whole emotional process. You and I both have had crazy things that have happened in our careers with this, but that's with any career, right? So you have to look at it the same way. And, that's just kind of what I wanted to add to that. And I also think with our spiritual pillar, that pillar, especially if you can see beyond and have a purpose and see a purpose to this, and see how your involvement in it can make a bigger difference in yourself, in your life, in others' lives, and in the world, which a lot of companies are tied to a cause. That's really important. And looking at that in your company, what is it tied to a cause? And do you agree with the cause? Does it make you feel spiritually like you're being fed, right? By doing this business, you have to make it higher than yourself.
Right, right. And you and I both share very similar beliefs in this. And I think that is really important. And we're not going to come on and do like a sermon on Sundays or anything like that. But I think it's important.
I already preach it.
I know. I don't really talk about spiritual things very often on my page, but I am very spiritual. I have been spiritual and go to church for 3 hours every Sunday. This is part of it. It's true. Did you know that?
I didn't know you went for 3 hours, but I did know that you went. Yes.
Yeah, for 3 hours every Sunday my entire life. This is a big part of my life, but I don't really share it. But I love the community that we are part of, that we all do have our spiritual connection. And I think that having that spiritual connection and locking arms with other people, not that we're the same religion, Barbara and I don't have the same religion, but we have similar beliefs and values, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about that for a long time, but we'll do that another day. But I love that the people in our group have integrity.
Mm-hmm.
They are honest, they have a purpose, and they are lifting each other up higher spiritually. And I think that is one of the amazing things that we're learning is the 5 pillars of success are mental, emotional, spiritual, and we will share the next 2 next. I love that we have that. And
I just want to say, when we learn, when we're taught, everything is applied to life principles and kingdom principles. And so if you are a spiritual person and you need to feel like you're part of something and have a higher purpose, then this would be something that would help you with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love that. It's opening my eyes to lots of different opportunities and ideas, and that you can be 100% who you are by sharing all parts of your life, and it's nice to have that common thread
Yes.
flowing in our business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell our friends what the next pillar is?
Well, physical strength. So I won't spend too much time on this, but Charity and I both understand the value of being physically fit, right? So you need to be at your best self and feel good in order to do things and, and execute, right? So your physical health is really important, because if you're not good for you, you're not going to be good for anyone else. And that is key. And especially for me, like I don't know if you suffer from these things as well, but I'm a person who does suffer from anxiety and depression. And so my exercising is more like, okay, I have to, in order to keep myself sane. And it does. It helps me a lot. It makes me feel accomplished. And it's a good way to start my day, because it opens up my mind and I can stay clear and focused when I'm doing my work.
Yes, and I think that there are a lot of lessons to be learned with physical fitness. I am a runner. I run several half marathons, and I love the metaphor for life with running. I wasn't a runner until I became a single mom. I started running, and it became my therapy. But I remember thinking, okay, I am 33. No, I was older than that. That was like 7 years ago. So I was 35 when I ran my first half marathon. And I remember thinking, okay, well, it's 13 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can just train my mind to believe that I could do it, then I know I could do it. And I learned so many lessons about my life, about my business, about everything through the metaphor of running. There's so many lessons to be learned through that. And I do find a lot of peace and calm, and I can execute my day better, be a better mom, wife, sister, mother, business owner, all of it, if I am taking care of myself physically.
Yes.
And we can go on and on and on about that, but we won't. And if you guys aren't working out, we can hook you up with some awesome workouts. I have some free 7-day workout programs I can share with y'all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, our last one is the financial strength. And I think that this is one of the biggest things that we learn in our development program that helps us to attract good business-minded people into our networks. And just knowing industry statistics, understanding what a hard asset is, what an intangible asset is, how network marketing now is, how 30 years ago, Forbes ranked most businesses, 80% were hard assets and tangible, while 20% were intangible. And now today that is completely flipped. 80% are now intangible. So we look at things like Amazon, right? Uber, Airbnb, everything is adopting the network marketing model, right? Yes. So this is the time for people to really look at this and think, how can I carve out a piece of it, right? How can I take control by capitalizing on this industry that is the highest paying grossing industry and using the technology that we have now? Because everyone, if you look at it and you're accepting Uber and you're accepting Airbnb, all of them are like invisible franchises, just like what we do in network marketing. We don't have an actual solid business that you see, right? We help people throughout globally, all different countries. You can have a person that you're connected with in the UK or in Canada or, anywhere, and they could open up and they could be a doorway to your business, right? Yeah. So that's the power of this, is that you're not, kept locally anymore. If you want to own a business, do it virtually, and you can, grow your network like you were saying, and understand and get your piece of that, right? Your piece of what's happening now in society.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing time to do business on social media. I mean, I remember when I first started my network marketing business 8.5 years ago, there wasn't something called live streaming. There was video, but I remember being very scared to do a video, and I'd record it probably 50 times, probably delete it 60 times, and maybe the 61st I would do it. Like, I was very critical of myself. We live in such an amazing time to build on social media. I mean, like you just said, we have Amazon that's taking over the world, and Uber, and all of these. I think it was you that posted that picture of all of these traditional businesses that are closing because now online businesses are taking over the world and people's buying habits. We don't even have to go into a store to get groceries anymore.
So people are becoming more comfortable buying online. It's becoming just like second nature, right? So if you are doing that, then you are participating in a network marketing industry.
What? Everybody watching is part of a network marketing company, and they don't even realize it.
They don't even realize it. That's right. So this has been so awesome. I actually have another live I'm doing at 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock my time. So
that's in 6 minutes. So you've been in. But I'm so grateful that we are able to do this today. And I would like to tell everybody who's watching to please reach out to us. We'd love to include you in what we are doing and share a little bit more. So if you are interested in joining the wonderful world of network marketing, hello. If you aren't, you really are missing out. It is a real thing. I'm here to tell you. It's been almost 9 years. I'm still here with the same company doing the same thing, and I still have a paycheck every week. And so We'd love to get on the phone with you and share more with you and give you the tools for success in your life, because we aren't the only ones who are special. We aren't the only ones that can do it. You just have to plug yourself in and get the tools for your success. We have the vehicle. You just have to get in the car.
You have to get in. That is exactly it. Just get in the car.
Just get in the freaking car and press the gas and go. Just go. Well, I can't wait to see your next live. So that'll be on your business page or your personal page?
My personal page. I'm not like you. I don't have like 5 million followers on my business page, so I'm not as popular. But they're all over on my personal page.
Well, if you guys would like to hop onto Barbara's page, her personal profile page, it's public, so please hop on over there and see what she's doing next. I'm excited to see what you're up to. Thanks for joining me.
Well, I can't wait to see you next week. You have a great rest of your day.
Mexico, here we come.
I know.
All right, Barbara.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.